Hi guys, Kathy here. I just made this chicken stir fry with vegetables on white rice. If you want to see how I made it, please stick around and watch the video. So I started off with about 500 grams of chicken breast. Oh no, actually this was chicken thigh, sorry, which I cut up into bite-sized chunks. Added about a teaspoon of garlic salt and about half a teaspoon of white pepper. And then I mix it all together thoroughly. But yeah, I suppose you could use chicken breast. I prefer chicken thigh because I think it has a nicer flavour and it's more tender. I think chicken breast can tend to be quite dry, but obviously if you want a healthier option, you can definitely go with chicken breast. So once I'd mixed that all in, I got my pan ready, added about 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Please use whatever oil you like to use and get that quite nice and hot. I then added about 4 garlic cloves, which I'd chopped up into little chunks, and we're just going to basically let that heat up in the oil, infuse the oil and give it a nice garlic flavour. But you definitely don't want to burn the garlic because yeah, always makes the food taste awful if you burn the garlic. So yeah, just heat that up for maybe 30 seconds, I would say. After that, I added about 1 large onion that I chopped into medium to large size pieces, and I'm just going to saute that a little bit in the pan, breaking down all the big chunks. I then added my chicken thigh, so I'm just going to add this all in one go. I don't think this needs to be done in batches. So yeah, I add it all straight away into the pan, and yeah, get it nice and spread out. And yeah, just basically saute it, cook it until it's cooked through. This probably took about maximum of 10 minutes for it to be cooked through. Just keep stirring, make sure that all sides of the chicken are nice and brown. As you can see, the chicken's getting nice and brown. I like it when it has sort of like little crispy bits around the chicken. That's what gives it the nice flavour. So yeah, just fry it off until it's a nice golden brown colour. At this point I started making the stir fry sauce, so I have about a tablespoon and a half of cornflour that I've just put in a little ramekin, to which I added, I would say, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. So this needs to be light soy sauce, definitely not dark soy sauce. And you're just going to basically mix this into a nice paste. I think I ended up adding a splash more of soy sauce because I thought that it was a little bit too thick. So yeah, all in all, I'd say it was probably about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And as you can see, yeah, the sauce is a much better consistency now. Oh, my hands are out of the frame, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep mixing that in. That's better. I then added a tablespoon of mirin. This gives it a nice flavour, so do add it if you have it, but if you don't, it's fine. And then I added, I would say, about 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. So I'd rather have actually used oyster sauce, but I didn't have any to hand, so I had to use hoisin sauce. And then I also added about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, actually white pepper, sorry. And I gave that a good mix. Try and get it as smooth as possible. It doesn't have to be 100% smooth, but yeah, smooth as you can. And then I added it to the pan. I also added a couple of splashes of water. So this will sort of depend on how liquidy you want your sauce, but I wanted mine quite liquidly, so I would say maybe add 1/2 cup of water as well. And we're just going to basically cook that down. And as you can see, the corn flour gives the stir fry sauce a nice thickness. So if you think it's getting too thick, just add more water. As you can see, I'm adding more water here. So it all depends on how liquidy you want your sauce to be. If you want it more on the thick side, add less water. If you want it more on the thin side, add more water. It's looking a nice deep brown colour now, which is how I like my stir fry sauce to look. And you're just going to basically simmer it for a couple of minutes. At this stage, I added my vegetables. So I had a pack of veg which had broccoli, some carrots, some baby corn, and I think some sugar snap peas. So I steamed this slightly in the microwave so that it could be softened a little bit before I added it to the stir fry. I think if you add it to the stir fry raw, it can take a while to cook down, and I didn't want that. So I would say gently steam it a little bit in the microwave first and then add it to the stir fry. And I like my vegetables to be al dente, especially in the stir fry. I don't like them to be mushy and soft, so I would say steaming it for a little bit beforehand means that you don't have to cook it for too long in the pan. And you're just going to basically stir it into the sauce. As you can see, at this stage I added a little bit more water because I still wanted it to be a little bit more saucy. And as you can see, I'm just stirring that in. At this stage, I added probably another tablespoon of soy sauce. This is completely to taste. Give it a quick taste and see whether it's salty enough for you. I thought it needed some soy sauce, so I added some and I gave that a quick stir. I then killed the heat and I added some chilli. This again is entirely optional. I added probably about 1/4 Scotch bonnet chilli because I quite like my food hot. If you don't like spicy food, I do not recommend you add chilli. And I also added probably about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. So yeah, it's good to add the sesame oil at the end so that you don't lose the flavour. I learned that from Mirin's kitchen. So yeah, add a couple of tablespoons of sesame oil, which gives it a nice authentic taste. And then you're just going to basically stir that together and you're done. The last sort of step I did was I toasted some sesame seeds and I added that. I think it gives it a nice little extra dimension, but this again is entirely option, and I'm just sprinkling the sesame seeds on top just to make it look nice basically. And yeah, that's basically it. I would definitely say give this recipe a try, guys. It's a very quick meal. You can basically bung it together in about 20 minutes and add it to some white rice, and yeah, it's delicious. It's quick, easy, tasty stir fry. So if you like this video, please give it a like and please subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.